Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will discuss about a logical SQL question which you may find in various SQL interview rounds. So let's see the question and let's see the approach to solve that question. So we have given data as you are given a table function containing two columns x and y. So this is the function table and having two column x and y. You can see sample input. And the problem statement says that write a query to output all the symmetric pairs in the given table in ascending order by the value of x. So it is saying that from this table we have to print all the symmetric pairs in our resultant output. So let's see what is a symmetric pair. Two pairs x1, y1 and x2, y2 are said to be symmetric pairs if and only if they are meeting these two conditions. The first one is x1 needs to be equals to y2 and x2 needs to be equals to y1. And also they have given us one more condition that we have to print only those rows where x1 is less than equals to y1. So let's see the approach to solve this question. So we have given data as this one. So now let us consider the first two rows. This is 2020 and this is also 2020. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. So here x1 is equals to y2 and x2 is equals to y1, and also it is meeting the criteria that x1 needs to be less than equals to y1. So as it is meeting all the criteria, so we will get this row in our resultant output. Also, like, now go to next row 2020. So as this is already included, so no need to include it once again. Now the next row is 2021 and we also have 2120. So let's consider this one as x1, y1, x2, y2. So we can see like x1 is equals to y2 and x2 is equals to y1, and also x1 is less than y1. So we will include this one in our resultant set. Now the next row is 23, 22 and we also have 22, 23. So here x1 is equals to y2 and x2 is equals to y1. But we can see x1 is not less than y1. So x1 is greater than y1. So it is not meeting our criteria. So we will not get this one in our resultant output. So 22, 23, for this we have 23, 22, and we can also see that 22 is less than 23, that is x1 is less than y1. So we will get this one in our resultant set. Now 21, 20, same is the condition with this one also, that we have 20, 21 in our table, but as 21 is greater than 20, so we can't include this one in our resultant set. And the next row is 30, 30. So if we consider this one as x1, y1, but we don't have any other row which we can consider as x2, y2. So because 30, 30 is not present one more time in our table, so we can't include this one also in our resultant set. So due to this, we will get this one as output which is given here. Now let's get some high level idea on how to solve this question. So we are going to solve this in two steps. So this is the given data which is provided to us in the question, and in step 1 we are just appending row num to every record in the given table. So this is the resultant table we will get in step 1, and in step 2 we will simply use this table and perform self join on this one. So in step 2 you can see I have given alias name as A to this one, and same table I have given alias name as B. Alias is nothing but table name only, and I have performed the self join on this using some conditions, and after using those conditions I will get the resultant data as this one, which is our resultant data which we need. Yeah, so now let's see the SQL query to solve this question. So at first let's see the data which is provided to us in the given table. Yeah, so this is the data which is provided to us in the question, and now we are going to solve this in two ways. One is using self join, and another one I will discuss later. So let me discuss the self join way. So what we are doing here, like in the first step, I'm just appending row num to the every row in the given table. So you can see like I have appended row num to the every record in the given table, and I have given it table name as A. And similarly, I have written the same query once again, but I have given the table name as B. And now I am just doing inner join on this by giving the condition that A dot x is equals to B dot y and B dot x is equals to A dot y. That is nothing but x1 is equals to y2 and x2 is equals to y1. And also what I have written is a dot row num not equals to b dot row num. So it is just to make sure that row 1 node gets compared with itself only, because we want this row to compare with other records, not with this one. Otherwise we will get a wrong output. And also I have written the last query, last condition which is given to us in the question, that is x needs to be less than equals to by. So that is a dot x is less than equals to a dot by. And in the end it is also given in the question that we have to sort the data by x column. So I have written order by a dot x. So now let me run the complete piece of code to show you the output which we are getting from this table. Yeah, so you can see we are getting the this output, and which is also the required output. So here you can notice one thing, that we are using distinct because we can see like 20 is occurring two times in our table. So if we are not using distinct, we are getting 20 20 for the two times. Yeah, so you can see the output. So we are getting 20 20 20 20 two times. So to nullify this thing, we are using distinct clause. Yeah, so now if I run this, so yeah, this is the required output. So this is the one way of doing this. So you can notice one thing here, I have written the same code twice. Like this code is written here and same code is written here once again. So this is just increasing our query size only. So to make this more optimized and make this query more readable, we are using a concept which is known as common table expression. So what I'm doing here is like I'm just creating a temporary table func func. Yeah, so you can see this table contains row num appended to every record in the given table. So now instead of writing complete query again and again, here I have written the query only one time and stored it in a temporary table func, and now I am using that table only instead of writing complete query again and again. Yeah, so if I run this complete piece of code, yeah, so this is the output which we are getting, and this is also our required output. Yeah, so that's it for this video. If you want any detailed idea on how to use this common table expression or how to use row num and all those things, then you can always put all those things in the comment section. And also if you have some better and alternate query for this, then also you can put this in the comment section. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching the video.